Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Wow. Talk about a humiliation ritual. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Where did you find this? Jeez. Damn, son. Where'd you get this? Oh, man. Excuse my cough. Wow. So, for those of you, it's a very short video. I suggest you guys watch it. It's not even, what is it, even barely a minute long. Young brother, I guess he's doing one of these um fast dating podcast show things, um speed dating things, and yeah, woo. um and I guess they pop a balloon if they're not interested, and you know they just start popping the balloons. Like the brother was very soft spoken, very calm, and they just started popping the balloons quick, fast, in a hurry. um Lighter skinned slim woman thinks it's funny. She was one of the first, at least from the video I saw. Excuse me, excuse me. Um, that popped the balloon, and then she said, "Pop again," right? Like, and she laughed, and the darker skinned young lady said, told the brother he came off a bit, what, sassy. See, no, she said he had a bit of an attitude because he tried to make fun of it. And he tried to be a little bit funny with it, and bring some levity to the situation. And he said something along the lines of, what I think the young lady asked, what's his typer, and he said that whoever didn't pop their balloon. And the darker skinned young woman, who I think didn't pop her balloon early, said the reason why she popped her balloon is because he seems like he has a bit of an attitude, and yeah. So I want to tie this video in, and for all of you, please check the video out, and excuse me, please watch the video in the description box. It's very short. Trust me, you're not going to be gone too long. You're going to be gone for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute. So please check out the video in the description. Um, excuse me. The black community is not a patriarchy. Why is Mr. Z bringing that up here? As you can see, these women get off on being mean girls. They're getting off on being mean girls, right? For those of you that will recall a few years ago, when what was all the rage in black women's spaces is speaking about humbling others, right? Humbling other black women, humbling black men, and it's this need to feel superior to others in a very mean way, right? To step on others. Remember what the light skinned young lady said on not Daily Wrap Up Crew, but Crew Season, right? I will, if I earn more than you, I will belittle you. It gives that, right? And better you ask, did you see Army's stream last night? No, I didn't. I saw the title. It's in my history. It's in my history to watch, right? When he says, "Yes, stay together for the kids," or something like that. Yeah, I saw the title. If you're referencing the same thing I'm referencing. But yeah, so wow, this is really some mean girl stuff, right? This is really some mean, and y'all give Mr. Z 1 second, right? This is some mean girl stuff. And it is about humbling. It is about stepping on. And because we continue in the black community to blow smoke up women like this ass, and excuse me for a little bit, Dr. Thunder, wherever you are, this is gonna take a minute because we gotta take out from this, right? We in the black community have given this type of behavior, and I say we in general, I know the black manosphere, obviously we exist because of this type of behavior. We have given this a pass. We have said to our sons, to eat this type of disrespect. And this is not just in the dating scene. I want to be very clear for any non-Black manosphere person that falls onto this video. Black women do this to Black men in our professional environments, at home, in the Black community, at Black churches, at Black get-togethers, yes, in relationships and situationships. Black women love doing this, particularly to Black men. Now, let's be very clear. Black women pull this on everyone except for white men and non-Black men that they find interesting. They definitely try to pull this on white women sometimes, Latinas and other non-Black women, Black children, obviously. But obviously, the number one target for this type of behavior, Black men, Black straight men in particular. This very humble yourself, right? You look like you're getting too big for your britches. Britches? Yeah. Right? Wow. And it is. I'm glad they spoke. The light skinned young lady making fun of him, saying pop again. The darker skinned young lady just be straight up saying it. You see me like you got a little bit of an attitude, like you would, like he's annoyed that y'all making fun and mocking him. You know, it is a show. You know what you sign up for. Shout out to the Black men that aren't the most chiseled chin, tall, good looking Tyrones, and even y'all, they probably go in on y'all just because. And you know, some of those young ladies are popping the balloon because the other young ladies pop the balloon. So it's like, sure, I'm not gonna be the one who take this quote unquote loser out. And young man, I'm not calling you a loser. I'm saying this is their mentality, right? I'm not gonna be the one to try something different and stand out. Once again, this is where the sisterhood comes in. Right? And Tony Miss, exactly. And Tony Miss he was stoic AF, unmoved by the Black women. Bro was on point. Right? And that is so unfortunate that growing up in the Black community, you have to be this level of stoic. Right? Because Black women, because they're angry and jealous and envious of upper middle class white women's position, decide to humble everyone else they come in contact with, namely Black men. So they talk to Black men like this, or want to be Mean Girls. Y'all thought Mean Girls, y'all didn't see Mean Girls as a movie, right? About white young women, white teenage girls. Y'all saw it as a documentary and a how-to in what you should be trying to achieve, which you should aspire to. All I saw up there were a bunch of wannabe mean girls being assholes to this young brother. Wow. And once again, look, y'all, I'm not for signing up for these type of things, right? The brother knows what he signed up for. Okay, fine, I get it, right? If you're going on there and they critique you and they publicly critique you and they mock you and make fun of you, fine. But right? Whew. And once again, if you're just not coming in, check out the link in the description. It's very, very short. It's about 30 seconds to a minute long, but there's a lot to take from it. It just perfectly, it's so emblematic of what Black men are talking about, right? It's so emblematic of what Black men are talking about. Just Black girls getting off on being mean, snarky a-holes, attempting to quote unquote humble this man. Your preference is your preference. What you like is what you like. If you want to take these are young Black women, so of course they're going to be snarky. Duh, that's what they do. They breathe it. right? They inhale and exhale snarkiness, right? But the light skinned young lady, the two last ones to speak, that light skinned young lady and that dark skinned young lady, those two, woo, man. The other were two or three, whoever else was there, but those two, the light will pop again, right? And then dark, you seem like you got a bit of an attitude. Sounds like your mom telling you to fix your face after she fussed you out or something, right? To remind you you're her kid. Humble yourself. Know your lane. Seems like we yeah, we're making fun of you and mocking you and attempting to humble you, but you seem like you have an attitude about it, right? Remember, FD signifier calls us nig cells. Huh? Remember, I said FD signifier. Sorry. Remember, foreign man in a foreign land calls us nig cells, and remember, FD signifier told us to go touch grass. Remember, right? Alvin in his smug face dismisses what we're saying. Remember, they're pretty much telling us there's no such thing as misandry, definitely not in the black community, where I would say the black community is misandry central, right? Y'all watch this video and then remember that foreign man in a foreign land calls us nig cells. FD signified told us to go touch grass. Um, Alvin told us, and Alvin is from waving the red flag. Alvin pretty much told us this is not a thing. Yeah, huh? And that lets you know they're fishing. The dark skin sister said, "You got attitude. I sense some attitude there." The brother was so calm, right? Soft spoken. You could tell he was nervous. She said attitude. Oh my God. Oh, and for Z, this is not even about being some speed dating show, right? This is not even about that. This is about black women like this in their mean girl spirit attempting to humble a black man, right? Mock him, make fun of him, and humble him. For what? For existing as a black man, a straight black man, right? Shout out to Tiffany Cross. Get in line with behind black women, right? Ed to me, perfect title. This is a humiliation ritual. These women speak about kinks. No, y'all got a kink for humiliating black men, for quote unquote humbling black men. Not because they might have did anything wrong, just because they exist as straight black men and you don't find them attractive. Wait, Negro, you got the gall to try to talk to me? And you're not a chisel chin Tyrone or aren't wealthy? Oh, let me humble you. How dare you think you can speak in my presence, you peasant? You're breathing my air and you're not rich? You're breathing my air and you're not exceedingly attractive? How dare you? Right? And these are the same women that speak about, when men, particularly black men, don't find them attractive, we're so super mean to them and we're dismissive of them. I will take you ignoring me every day, all day, instead of, oh, I gotta humble you because you have the unmitigated gall to attempt to talk to me. Can't you see that I don't find you attractive? Why are you in my space? Why are you breathing my air? Why are you in my line of sight? I'll take I'll take being ignored. I'll take being ignored for 300, Alex. I'll take being ignored any day over this. This mean girl thing that y'all, and look at how y'all tiptoe. FD man, call a thing, bro. You don't got it in you. Oh, I don't. The damage that, remember what he said when he was on my channel? The damage that he might do just to critique black women for 2 seconds and their behavior for 2 seconds. No, bro, they not. Black women will burn your channel to the ground. Unlike black men, clearly, y'all, all of y'all brothers done went on in on black men, and we give our video critiques back. We not trying to get you banned. We not trying to get you canceled. The most you get is us calling you with a simp. Huh? A kiss ass, a placater. That's the most heat you get from us. Critique black women for all of 2 videos and see how that go. Right? Exactly. Grab second gear. He said a few words and pop. Exactly. Exactly. Right? Huh. Yeah, and I think one of them. I wonder if the dark skinned woman found him attractive. It's like Grab Second Gear says, homegirl popped the balloon for no reason, but she really liked just by her laugh. This some sad ish. They self destructive. Look, I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 of them actually was like, I wonder. But because the other girls popped the balloon, they gonna pop the balloon. Shit, I'm not gonna be the one out here with the loser. And once again, brother, I'm not calling you a loser. Right? This is why they be so goddamn super single. Rest in peace, Kevin. Single women keep women single. Right? I can admit and accept that I just am horrible in a relationship with men, particularly black men, and that's why I'm single. So I'm gonna nitpick at your relationship and be like, "Ooh, girl, you let him do that? He said that to you? You still with him until you're single too?" And now we're both single. Now we can go to brunch together. Now we gotta make sure that homegirl number C, homegirl letter C, we gotta make sure now she's single, right? You literally heard Yanni say similar. I want to go back to the days when we just go out and we didn't have to worry about men or kids and decenter men. I want to go back to the old days, right? Wow. Hey, I agree. I mean, look, Edward. Excuse me. Edward Anderson doesn't get any real pushback from me on this one, right? I think his title was perfect. This is just a humiliation ritual for them, right? This is just a humiliation ritual. He's right, right? Humbling black men. Exactly, Oliver. Yes, now we celebrate Valentine's Day together, Queen. Now, In the long run, ooh, does this work for black women in the long run? Right? All this little sassy, mean, rude, condescending, always trying to humble someone, bring someone down to size, right? Get someone told. Does that work for them in the long run? Ugh. Different conversation right there. That's a different question, right? And I want y'all to understand they think this is what freedom is to them. We see this as negative liberty. We see this as excuse me, unnecessary, unwarranted meanness, rudeness, shrewdness, pettiness. That's how we see it. They see this as true freedom and liberation. This is what freedom looked like to them. This is what being liberated and free means not having any social norms and mores that you should or must follow, any constraints on your behavior, none of that. That's bondage. This is what freedom looks like to them. Being able to talk to people however I want, whenever I want. Be able to step on others, be mean to others, be snarky to others. You ever talk to a black woman and be like, maybe you should have never said that. I don't know about that. And the look on their face is, how dare you tell me to, in their mind, limit myself? How dare you tell me that maybe I should reconsider? Now, is this an American thing? Yes. But once again, y'all heard Mr. Z saying black Americans are the most American Americans in America. You couple that with black women's sense and feeling of intersectionality, how intersectionality has informed them, a group of people that consume the most media. So you have black women who consume the most media that is paid for, written by, directed by primarily rich and upper middle class and wealthy white men. Ho. You imagine? Right? And then you wonder why you get this. This is what freedom looks like to them. This is what it means to be liberated. And you get to step on and talk crap to and be condescending and mean and snarky to primarily black men. You quote unquote humble black men. You keep black men in line. Right? Ah. Wow. Wow. Huh? Dark skinned young lady said, you got a bit of an attitude. Hey, when she said that, I was like, okay, I'm done. This brother was so. Maybe there's other parts of the. I gotta go find the whole thing. Maybe there's parts of this that we didn't get to see, or what that helped to put this, where we could focus and get some of the details. But from what I could see here, yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, Passport OG, for bringing that up. Right. And thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Passport OG says, gave him the ultimate diss, quote unquote, you're a good guy. Translation, line up to be a community backup man. The worst possible compliment, man. You're a good guy, so stay on the back burner, stay around the black community, stay in the black community. I'm going to go try to do something over here with the men I find actually attractive, right? The non-black men, the chisel chin black men, the aspiring football players and entertainers and basketball players and rapper singers. And then if you're still here when I'm like, 40, 42, then I'll double back and then, shout out to accountable commentary. I'll do the reach back to you. Trill, I said Trill. Sorry. That's Trill always got a good comment. Toya says the backhandedest of backhanded, right? Man, and Bowser has the unmitigated gall to say we're antagonistic. I want y'all to understand too. The way these young ladies responded to this young man, this is how they think we talk about them. Z, you used the wrong word. This is a very wrong word I said. It's a wrong word I said in there. This is not about think. This is how they feel. If you recall Ostefco speaking about the Will Smith Chris Rock slap, and her gleefully speaking about it, right? This is how they, by the way, going back to childhood, Ostefco told you from 8 years old. Huh? This is how they feel. Much of the reason why they're moving and speaking and acting like this is because this is get back for when you didn't think I was the cute girl when I was 8 years old. This is for when you said I had cooties when we were 12. Talk about Arrested Development. Right? Huh. Wow. We have young black women who are showing their ass for the world to see. I just want, hey, look, dear black women, as time progresses, y'all are going to continue to say the same thing, and because they have to have some type of excuse that comes back to black men. These non-black men are not choosing us because the black men and they're spreading rumors about us and they're making us seem like No, y'all are insufferable and y'all proving it to people by doing things like this. Right? This is not black men portraying you like this. Right? The woman that was asking the questions was a woman. You can hear from her voice, black woman. All those young ladies were black women, lighter skin to darker skin. Right? They all popped the balloon. Look, that's part of the game, right? That's part of that particular, dating podcast, speed dating, whatever the hell. Fine, y'all don't find him attractive. Y'all gonna make certain comments. Okay, fine. For me at least, that you seem to have a bit of an attitude. I'm like, is there an angle that we don't see? Like, full on next level, straight jacket level, attempting to find some context in this that we or some angle that we didn't see or something we didn't hear or because this video is only like 30 seconds to a minute long, so maybe something happened that we don't know about for the young lady to say that. Seems like you got a little bit of an attitude. Right. And the lighter skinned young lady laughing in his face. And then said, pop again. Oh, boy, these want to be mean girls. Look, they watched that movie. They thought it was a documentary. Man, yeah. And Ishmael says women are masters of psychological and emotional abuse. They'll carry something for years only to weaponize it against you later. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Our society don't like to talk about that though. Mm-mm. Because talking about it is, well, misogynistic and I guess in the black community, misogynorist, right? Shout out to Dr. Percope, right? Remember, Dr. Percope said, essentially, we think black women aren't deserving of love, right? She's either said deserving or worthy. Undeserving, unworthy of love. Mean girls like this are supposed to still get love from black men, right? Women who seek to humiliate and humble you, like these young ladies. These are the women Dr. Percope are talking about. You've only seen these women for all of 30 seconds to a minute and tell me they're not insufferable. Did you see the look on the more heavy light skinned woman? Not the one that was laughing at him. The other one, the one I want to say they either showed her. She was either the first one or the second one to pop the balloon. Did you see the look on her face of utter disgust? Oh my god! I'm like, something had to happen that we didn't see. Something had to happen that we didn't see, because if this is essentially what it is, if there's just a longer version of this, but this is essentially what you see is what you get. Because the look on the heavier, like I want to say she had pink hair. Did she have pink hair? Anyway, either way, the lighter skinned young lady, the other lighter skinned young lady, the more heavier one, the look on her face when she popped the balloon, like, are you serious, Pop? The look of disgust. Man, remember Bowser said, all the ish piled on our backs, and same thing with Melissa Ford. They say we're mean and look. These are the women that y'all are defending. That these are the women that black men should stay instead of getting their passports, instead of being SYSBM, right? Dr. Umar Johnson. These are the women that you want young black men to alpha and kill themselves for. These women, right? These are the women that black men are supposed to alpha their way through life for. Mean girls that love being mean girls. And that laugh in the lighter skinned young lady was laughing in this man's face and said, Pop again, just to smear his face in the disrespect. We can't just disrespect you. We can't just quote unquote humble you. We gotta grab you by the back of the head and smear your face in it. Like we're smearing your face in dog dung, dog poop, right? Right. And as Ishmael said, like you could see it really is some emotional and psychological, like they're just jabbing at him. Because if you just look at the words, and see, the thing is in the black community, because the black community is matriarchal and because many of us spend way too much time with our mothers, there are certain nuances and certain things that black women say, and then you being raised by black women, being around black women 24/7, you know what they really mean. I don't know what the white guys and the white women got going on, or the Asian men and Asian women, or the Latinos and the Latinas. But in the black community, oh, they were jabbing at him. That's psychological. What the Asian dudes say? Psychological damage? Yeah. This And then the way the lighter skinned young lady was laughing, she was being obnoxious with the laugh, right? She got to rub it in. She was being obnoxious with the laugh. You know that I'm laughing extra. I'm being extra with the laugh because I want to mock you. Oh man. Oh, emotional damage. Thank you. Emotional damage. Thank you. Thank you, Vincent. And this was right because, or at least that's what they were attempting to levy on him or put on him. And thank you, Mr. Paul Wilson. Also, emotional damage. Yeah, really trying to. Yes, Mr. Z. Did you get all of that from this 30-second, minute-long clip? Yes. Yep. Yep. Because that's what it was. You know, I'm going to look for the. And if anybody, you could put the link in the comments, right? If anybody knows where the full video for this is, but whoo. And for those of you that don't know, click the link. Click the link in the description box. Um, it's only 30 seconds to a minute long. You're not going to be gone for too long, so you can get a idea of what I'm speaking about. But yeah, wow, wow, that mean girl thing, that humbling you thing, yeah. And remember, this is not just about dating. This is not just about dating. This is not just about speed dating. Nope. Black women are doing this to black men all across the black community. Black women are doing this to black men all across the black community, attempting to humble you and then tell you, oh, wait, is that a response on your face? Wait, I know I purposely I was insulting you. I know I'm purposely trying to get it under your skin, but am I getting under your skin? Are you right? And that goes back to the mommying. Once again, your mom whoop your ass and then tell you fix your face afterward. Right? Man. Woo! And I am Wolf. Right? So the funny thing about that is these women are going to have to go out here in the real world and potentially find a husband. Right? Potentially find a husband. And that's when life gets interesting. Right? That's when life. Let's see how that mean girl thing worked for you when you off the internet. Earth, thank you. You can't fire me because I quit ism. Right? And earlier before you hopped on Earth, I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of those young ladies actually found him somewhat interesting, but they're not going to be the one to not pop the balloon. Once again, I'm not calling this young man a loser, but I'm not going to be the one with the loser, right? That hive mind. I'm gonna pop the balloon because the other women are popping the balloon. D Scott says time keeps on slipping. Not the seal. Not seal. Shout out to D Scott. That was perfect timing, D Scott. That was perfect timing. Oh man. Once you said it, the song popped into my mind. Oh man. And good point. PK Angel says, which is grooming, by the way. She's grooming you to take abuse through that quote unquote discipline. Yeah. And that's all yeah. Emotional damage, psychological damage. And you got to give it up to the young brother. He stayed, like the brother was saying earlier, he stayed stoic, you know, stiff upper lip, chin up, right? He stayed with his same tone, right? I got to give it to that brother. Even when the light skinned young lady pissed, you could, man, that if you're if you're not black and you didn't grow up and you don't really know what that light skinned black woman, you want to talk about psychological, not emotional damage, psychological. Like she really trying to dig at him. That loud, obnoxious laugh, the way she was laughing, the mouth open laugh like that. Yeah, she trying to dig at him. That's trying to rub his face in the disrespect, in the quote unquote humble yourself. And when she said pop again, okay, right, man. And then you add to that, on top of that, you add once again the darker skinned young lady. That's you seem like you have a bit of an attitude. Once again, humble yourself. You're in front of a bunch of lionesses. Shout out to Toya, right? You're in front of a bunch of lionesses. You better humble yourself, man. Sorry, boy. Is that pride I see over there? That looks like pride. Wait a minute, ladies. This guy has the unmitigated gall to be black in front of us and have pride. This man has pride. He has the unmitigated gall to be in our presence and be black with pride. How dare he? Right? Didn't they form like Voltron and attempt to humble him? And there you go. Right? And AB said, "Did you get my email? Maybe not. I'm gonna check my email. I'm gonna check my email." Right? Man. So yeah, and PK Angel says a different setting, their actions would have been different. The light skinned girl that took digs at him were actually displaying their version of Klingon mating rituals. Huge ego, delusions, plus no fold from him. Yeah, yeah, right. And that's what I said. Like one or two of those young ladies was you look that, but it's still like, yeah. But I need you to know your place. I need you to know that if we were to be in some situation, I run this. You see, you got too much pride. Look at you maintaining your tone and your demeanor while we're trying to humble you. How dare you? And you're not looking down? Oh hell no. He's being stoic. We don't seem to be unnerving him. He's being stoic. How dare him? Know your place, boy. Wow. Yes, you can take all of that from this video. Absolutely. For anyone listening, oh, it's not all that serious. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Yes, it is. And D. Scott says, "You making eye contact with a god." Right? No, it is that serious. It absolutely is that serious. Toya, I'm saying. And Toya says, A lot of women gotta admit excuse me. A lot of women gotta just admit they like box and leave y'all alone. Man, look, and it's shown by the data, by the numbers, right? Sahel said, personally, I would have just played Boosie, set it off, and gone in on all of them. No, 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 no. You know, to me, I said this to Black Uru a while ago. To me, the best dish is and I didn't say dish, I said dish. Everybody said the best dish is served cold. Yes. The best dish is when you strip them of plausible deniability. If you have 2 or 3 minutes, be like, don't worry, I'll see y'all in 20 years when y'all still single cat ladies. Right? Don't worry, don't worry. I'm gonna see y'all when we in our 50s. Don't worry about it. In our late 40s, don't worry about it. You let them live their life. They fall in and out of love. They might have a kid or two. You let them live their life. And one day it will hit them. And they might be on self-delete watch after that. Or they come in contact with you somehow, or you bump into them somehow, or yeah, right? Huh. How many brothers right now in y'all late 40s, early 50s, and y'all playing that Mike Jones back then? They didn't want me, now I'm on, they all lonely. How many of y'all are playing that right now? Because that's the life you're living. Right. Paul Wilson says, according to the Klingons, revenge is a dish best served cold. I think the indifference is really where it's at. I'm bringing this back because it's the indifference. And the brother seemed so unbothered. He was pulling his best Omarion, right? He just seemed so unbothered. Yeah, AB, leave them to themselves, leave them to their own devices. That's all. And that, by the way, that's why the lighter skinned young lady gave that loud, obnoxious laugh. It's wait, he doesn't seem bothered. Let me ratchet this up a notch. Right? Let me ratchet this up a notch. Passport OG said, I saw you and him walking in the rain. Oh man. So we're gonna just, I didn't want to go too long on this. I think we seen everything we needed to see. This video didn't have to be long at all. Shout out to the brother Edward Anderson for finding this. Once again, if any of y'all know where the original is, where the full video is, please put it in the you could put it in the comments now, or you could put it in the comments after. Yeah, right. Because I want to make space for maybe there was a conversation we didn't see, or something got clipped out, or there's a different angle from a different camera. We know what it is, but Mr. Z still want to make sure that we cross the T's and dot the I's, and that there's some type of context, some type of detail that we're missing. Even though I'm almost certain we're not, we're not missing anything. All right. As Riel said, I saw the video for that song recently. It's hilarious, man. Excuse me. It's the end of the song that always gets me. it's the end of the song when he starts talking. It's the end of the song. For those of you, Orange Juice Jones, I saw you and him walking in the rain. Yeah, like the end of the song, that last what minute and some change when he's just going off on her. Oh man, that's the funny part to me. Oh, see, and so PK says women have a private face and a public face. The rejection was the public face. It's a lie. They want him privately. All the ones that were shown. See what I'm saying? I said you cold busted. He did say that. Oh man. Don't, Paul Wilson said, don't touch that coat. He did say that too. All you young brothers, if you never, you there's no way. Well, if you black, there's no way you never heard this song before. But if you never heard this song before, you gotta play it, right? Oh man, it's the type of song you're supposed to be playing in a 1980s Trans Am with the T tops, and then you gotta have the T tops off. Pretty much looking like what's her name boyfriend in Coming to America before she ended up with Eddie, right? Oh man. But yeah, so this was a good this was good. I think we need to see more images of this so that, and this is short, this is great. More images of this so your mothers and your aunts and your girl cousins can stop asking you why black men are talking about this passport bros thing and what does SYSBM mean and black women love black men and what we're supposed to be together. Why are y'all acting like that? And Melissa Ford to stop sounding like she don't know why there's black men going SYSBM or for her passport bros, right? Huh. I think this video says it all. This video says it all. It's the snarkiness, man. Right? When I said the man part just now, any of you seen the video? Um, the brother just got his hair cut, and then he calls his lady to find out what her and the kids want, and then he leaves her a message like, "Babe, what do you no, that's not what he said. He said something like, oh, I just came from the barbershop. Just let me know what you and the kids want. Call me back, blah blah blah." And then he goes to listen to the message, and then the message is flipped, and it's like, "I'm crispy, man. I'm for the streets. I ain't coming home." So I gotta find the link because I'm not doing it justice. I gotta find the link for that so I can put it in the description box, right? Right, exactly. Better you saw it. I belong to the streets. PK Angel saw it too. The streets. Oh, every time I watch that, it kills me. It's like the first time. Every time I watch it, it's like the first time I watch it. Right? I'm crispy, man. Oh, Mr. Z do feel a certain way when he gets his beard taped up. I'm not gonna lie, right? Yeah. Shout out and I wonder if that brother had that type of energy because he was like, right? And look at what we're saying. Those ladies probably was feeling him. They just was like, I'm not gonna be the one to not pop the balloon, right? I'm not gonna be the one to not pop the balloon. Tell you, I'm gonna say, you said with egg on it, and Mr. Z's 12-year-old mind went somewhere else with it. I'm gonna read this anyway, but you know. And Toya says, think about how important perception is to most women. We will delude ourselves to the point of no return, only to attempt to save face with egg on it. Right? PK said, don't do it, Z. It's too easy. Right? He said, I had the same thought. Toya said, it's morning. I knew what I did there. Okay, so Toya already knew. Oh. And there's something to be said about returning back to stand-up black men with quote-unquote egg on your face. I'm gonna just leave that one there. Y'all do with that what y'all want. Right? You went out there, you knew who the good guys were, and it's great. Like not PK, like Passport OG said, calling him a good guy, which is the ultimate diss. Y'all know who the good guys are. You know who the guys who future is gonna be well are. You know, right? You know who they are, and you do this anyway, right? You deny them. You go out. You go be the pass around for whatever type of dudes, white dudes, Latino dudes, other brothers that probably don't have a great future, and then you return back to these black men with egg on your face, expecting them to wipe you up with egg on your face. Whoever came up with egg on your face knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing with that statement. Because, right? Toya said, I'm wrong. Toya, now that we know you knew what you was doing, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? The humbling, man, the humbling. Tried so hard to humble this dude. Shout out to that brother for being stoic. Shout out to that brother for being stoic. Kept the stiff upper lip, right? Didn't let them get under his skin. Kind of pun intended there. As a black man, saw the lighter skinned sister trying to mock him, trying to make fun of him, doing extra on the laugh. He ignored her. Good job. Right? Good job. And it needed to stay that way. It needs to stay that. We need more brothers when they interact with women like this who are purposely attempting to be antagonistic, jab at you emotionally, jab at you psychologically, and you can smell it, you can see it. They're trying to humble you. They're trying to make sure you know your lane, your place. Right? And Sahel says, let's keep it 100. The future is single, more so with Gen Z, who are reporting to be the most lonely despite all the communication devices. Yep. And here's my, y'all know Mr. Z is a leftist. What drives me absolutely insane about that, Sahel, is the upper middle class, the rich, the wealthy, they're still going to get married. And although some of them are going to get divorced, much of them are going to stay married. So it's going to be you in your 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a year by yourself fighting against a couple where, and let's be clear, let's be honest, white or Asian couple that at the bottom, upper middle class rich, right? She's earning 80, he's earning 150. He's earning 200. At the bottom, she's earning 75. Let's say he's earning 100. Let's say he's even earning 90, 80. Right? So, what is a black woman who's earning $50,000 by herself compared to her white or Asian female cohort who is earning 60, 65, and then who's married to a man that earns 100, that earns 75? If it's a South Asian man, ooh, 120. Right? And D. Scott, really, that's what it is, isn't it? And D. Scott says, I get that a lot from black women. Who's that Negro on that nag? Right? And think about what Samuel L. Jackson was saying. Think about what Samuel L. Jackson was saying there. Who is this man? Who is this person, this black person, who's sitting on this horse, and he's sitting on the horse like he owns it, like it's his, and he's looking up and he's looking stoic, and he looks like, right, his back is straight, and he, wait a minute, who is this black man, this black person? But isn't that how certain sisters talk about black men? Who is this black man who has the unmitigated gall to be with the white woman? Who is this black man who has the unmitigated gall to speak to us with pride? Who is this black man with the unmitigated gall to not be offended, or at least not show that he's offended, when we're purposely mocking him and trying to humble him? Right? Who is this person? PK says, Wild Times to have literal egg on your face and reject stability. Man, look, they look at because stability doesn't mean that it's always fun times, and and we're going to vacation here and whatever. For them, it's still struggle love. It's still it's luxury or nothing, right? Remember when them young ladies were saying to Kevin, who wants excuse me, who wants to be with average anyway? And there you go. Stability sounds too much like average. Average sounds too much like not having the GLS Benz or the Maybach or the whatever Range Rover or Rolls Royce Cullinan or yeah Bentley Bentayga or and let's be very clear, we know like nobody owns these cars in real life. Like clearly people own them, but y'all know what Mr. Z is saying, right? Like these are $200,000 vehicles. 200 plus $1,000 vehicles. We know these women don't have a snowball's chance in hell to ever even rent one of these, ever. But they're starting to believe their own hypes. Mr. Z, you done messed up as you said starting. Right? And this goes back to what PK was saying and what I was saying, which is y'all talking this, but are y'all really about it though? Right? Huh. Are y'all really about it? Alexa, play Master P. No limit. Right. Because y'all really have an issue with a stable black man who is not humbled by life. Who doesn't walk around with his head down. PK, I ain't even gonna read that one out loud. That's funny. Right. See what I'm saying, Better You? And Better You says, hold up, Z, you don't have two Maybachs next to your Phantom like everyone else? Right? Unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. No, but and here's the kicker, compassionate. These women, and that's why I'm saying, let them go live their life, leave them up to their own devices, and let's see if life doesn't humble them in 20 years, 25 years, right? Because you could talk like this and you could laugh and mock this brother and you could try to humble him all you want on camera. And I'm not saying that he's going to be uber wealthy in the future. We don't know him, right? And I'm not saying one or two of these young women won't end up with the mythical, magical, whoever the hell, right? But we'll see. And the kicker about what Better You said is, depending on what Maybach you have and what well, you said the Phantom. So if you have a Rolls Royce Phantom, then there's really no need to have a Maybach A600. As a matter of fact, they the reason why Mercedes took back over Maybach. So for those of you that know, there was a window of time where Maybach was its own separate company under Mercedes Benz, but it was separate. The reason why that stopped is because Maybach couldn't compete in sales with the Rolls Royce Phantom, right? And so Benz took back over. So now that's why it's the Mercedes Benz Maybach S600 or the Maybach Mercedes Benz Maybach GLS, whatever the hell, right? Which is their like ultra luxury version of whatever car. But it used to be its own separate division, but couldn't compete against Rolls Royce. People would much rather have the Phantom than the Maybach. That's why in one of Rick Ross' songs, was it Rick Ross or was it Jay-Z? It was either one of them. Pretty much speaks about in a song. It's like a throwaway line. But if you know, you know. Having Maybach open back up the factory to produce two more Maybachs for them. And I want to say it might have been Jay-Z. It probably was Jay-Z, not Rick Ross, but one of them said it. Right? Big Camp says that'd be mad if he said typical black women behavior. And you're right, they would be. Right? They definitely would be. Right? And for those of you that already know, and I love this, and Sahel says, black women are the unfortunate millionaires. The millions are in their. I think you wanted to say minds, and they are balling no matter the stats in debt and the current trend of evictions. So, and that I guess that's Sahel remixing the quote that says Americans are temporarily embarrassed millionaires, which speaks to how many of us vote against our own economic interest, how many of us and that speaks to, because like this is where it's going with that, essentially, and it comes from the left, which is people, white people voting like they're millionaires, like wanting low taxes because one day they're going to win the lottery and they're going to regret not voting for low taxes, right? So they're voting for low taxes now just in case their son, becomes an NFL player and then those taxes start biting him in the rear end. Or their daughter becomes that famous singer or actress and those taxes start biting her in the rear end. So they're voting for a future that's most likely never going to be. So that's why it's called temporarily embarrassed millionaires. It's like, oh, wait. I'm a millionaire. Just wait a minute. I can't find my millions in my pocket. I must have dropped it somewhere. Right? Here's a good example. You ever go out, you're shopping, whatever, and like you swipe your card at the register, and for like the first time you swipe it's rejected, right? It's declined. And you got the money, right? But for a second there, you're broke. For a second, unless obviously you have paper dollars in your wallet. But for a second, that first time it gets declined, you don't have anything. Temporarily embarrassed. Now, the second time you swipe it, it goes through and whatever. But for a second there, temporarily embarrassed. Right? And there you go. And once again, thank you for the super chat. Big Kev, thank you for the super chat. They'd be mad if he said typical black woman behavior. Of course they would be. Of course they would be. Right? Huh. And Sahel says, surprised Z knows these things. Always see Z as someone who can only relate when it comes to Hellcats and Trackhawks. No, look, I know a little bit about a lot of things. I think that's the best way to describe Z. I know just a smidge, enough to talk about being embarrassed. Oftentimes, it's enough to ask the questions to the people that actually know what the hell they're talking about. Right? Because if you when you know a little bit about something, you at least know what questions to ask to get the details and have someone go in depth about whatever the hell ever. So most of the things I talk about, I at least have a surface level understanding or comprehension of. Most of the things I try to refrain from speaking like y'all. That's why y'all don't see Mr. Z talk about football or basketball. I don't know anything, nothing. Like it's bad. It's really bad. That's why y'all don't hear me talk about the Super Bowl or whatever. No, I don't know nothing. You're right. So yeah. PK said, "You thiefer." That's my line. Yank. Vic says, "I can tell you from the other side of 40, it's not gonna be pretty." I bet. I bet. And Kobe said, "Z, you gotta watch the full video. It's gonna have you rolling. If you have it, please." Yeah, thank you, PK. Link it. Right? Oh, I can't. YouTube hides it. Okay, do this. Send it to my email. My email is in the description box. Send it to my email. Right? Okay, and this is another. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And Big Kev says, "What's the name of the video?" Yeah, that's another one. What's the name of the video? We might be able to find it that way also. Oh man. And Indigo says, "Speaking of which, did you get my email? Z ABX. Am I not getting these emails? Wait a minute. Oh, I do got some new emails. Oh, you know what Mr. Z did? I didn't refresh my email. I see. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I am getting emails from you guys. My bad. Okay. 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 No, I see what y'all. Okay. Okay. Me something, and I didn't see it. Wow. Okay. All right. I will check. See, that's Demetrius right there. AB right there. Indigo, I see you. Saint Cyr, I see you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. My bad, you guys. It hasn't been 5 years, PK. Hysterical. And PK says, Z been trying to get on Discord for like 5 years now. And Venom K says, the video Sarge Willie Pete referenced the problem with black love is crazy also. Okay, I will check that out. Okay, and here's the title. Episode 3, Pop the Balloon or Find Love with Arlette Amuli? Okay, all right. Okay. So Mr. Z has work to do. Okay, I have some stuff to listen to and watch and stuff and read maybe. Okay, on that note, you guys, okay, we're at an hour 15. We will pause right here. I do think there's a lot to extrapolate from this. That's why I was speaking on it. This is way more than the 30 seconds or a minute long of this video. Yeah, I think these women were out to they were out for blood. They were out to humble him, and remind him of his place. I think that young lady did way too much with that laughter. It's not my place to tell you how to laugh, but that was way too much. Anyway, the darker skinned young lady, with her, seems like got a bit of an attitude. Like same thing, pretty much. The light skinned young lady with the laugh and the dark skinned young lady with the seems like got a bit of an attitude. Both were pretty much doing the same thing, attempting to humble him, right? So yeah. Um, and then the disgust on the heavier light skinned black woman, the disgust on her face was just that was epic. She popped the balloon so fast. If that video is in its right form and context, yeah, she popped that balloon so fast, and the look on her face was like, "What?" You gotta love it. Hey, whenever your mothers and your aunts and them ask you why there's a passport, bros, just show this to them, right? And on that note, y'all, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all day. Shout out to the brother Edward Anderson for bringing this to us. Shout out to Kobe for the links and the title. Let me make sure. As a matter of fact, Pop the Balloon or Find Love. Let me actually put that title in now so that I can give me a second so that I can make sure before we boom. Okay. All right. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yep. Yep. All right. Thank you, Colby. That right. Okay. Kobe coming through in a clutch. Perfect. All right. So love, peace, and chicken grease. We will pause right here. Um, Go check out other Black Manosphere content. Go check out other non-Black Manosphere content. For the love of God, don't be like the male versions of these ladies. If y'all ever find yourself on one of these, even though I don't really see any of us doing this, but one of these, I guess, what speed dating matchup things on camera, whatever the hell. Oh, better you gave me something to look at too. Okay, let's give me a second. Better you give me a second. Right. And by the way, it's on YouTube also. I found it. If you type the title in on YouTube, it's there for the video. Give me a second, better you, so I can click that. There we go. Oh no, yeah, that's the link. That's the link. Yep, that's the link. So for those of you, you can click the link that better you put in the comments. That's the link. It will send you straight there. Yeah. So Mr. Z will be watching that. So yeah, just don't be the male versions of these women, right? Yeah. Just unnecessary sass, unnecessary need to humble others, particularly black men, just doing too much, just doing too damn much, right? Yeah. And on that note, we will truly pause right there. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out. All right, everyone.